did a video that I'm going to try and duplicate because I couldn't get it to copy over. And that's okay, that's the way life is. You're not always going to get everything to work the way you want. But I thought we'd use this time to figure a couple things out. Also, some people have been requesting that they get to see that other film about me just getting started. I think back in January. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and incorporate that in here, and also the beginnings that you've already seen. I recorded that 4 or 5 times. And the first one I definitely didn't use because, well, I was not feeling well and it sounded like I was really under the weather. But actually, it wasn't in January. There was something else. And I actually didn't get sick until March. And then I stayed sick. I don't think I'm fully recovered even now. Here's what I want to do. I want you to see that one of the things I worked on a while back. Probably and then I'm going to bring back the two about me getting started and finding my microphone stand, which, by the way, I bought this microphone stand for my dad, who was going to be doing some performing, and that was back in the 80s, because I was still a junior. I think you don't love me. And when he passed away, I was thinking, hey, I already bought this microphone stand. So I have it, and I'm using it for this holder that holds the, I want to keep saying camera, but it's the phone video. So it didn't happen very quickly. So let's just see what happened here, okay? And then we'll go. First, we're going to start with the other introduction. Not that you need this, but I guess it's nice for you to see that I was kind of on track. So let's take a listen, or a look. Let's take a look. We're Baldwin here. The idea of this video is that maybe I could share how I think when I put something together. So, you as budding artists out there, because I'm like the falling star, but there's other people out there that are just getting started, and they'd like to do this kind of thing, but they don't really know how to approach it. And I think my best bet is to I just want to share some of my thoughts and how I'm putting this whole thing together. So, let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm putting together a new album. I've had this idea for quite some time. I have a lot of material, but I was thinking about this, the fact that there's a lot of songs that along the way I've written for other artists, like, say, for instance, okay, well, I don't know, that was a little entertaining, I think. This next part humored me. That doesn't necessarily mean it'll humor you, but I just kind of got excited about the idea about putting out this new album of Lord Baldwin material that could be construed as was country and western. I'd like to believe that it could be. I'm not from Texas, so don't shoot me. I'm just the piano player. No, that's not what I want to say. But anyways, let's take a look at that. It's I think it's only about 2 minutes long, but it deals with the struggles I was going through. So let's move on here.
Feelings like before, beyond this
This is kind of
past empty trees,
I don't know,
on
maybe
a path that
to
twists
what
and
we're going to be
bends,
recording tomorrow, because it's still
going
tonight. But I thought I'd run you through this process in my
I
head
can't
of
stay
what's got to be done.
anymore.
So if I'm going to be doing these video recordings, well, I can't always be holding this camera in my hand, and I have a really nice little holder, in fact. But I have to show you that there's a lot of stuff here, and I've got to get in there to get that out, which is right next to the guitar case, and then because we're gonna need that. Okay? So I guess I'll
to greener
put
pastures
no,
inside.
I'm gonna need 2 hands. So
Need to find
hold on.
a peace of mind where the road ends.
Of course, there's all this stuff buried on top of it, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to get to it unless I unbury it.
I'm going on with no apologies for things I said. I live this way day to day with no compromise or amends. I'm going on.
Hold on, I'm still here, by the way. But
Sunny skies
I know you've probably been following the audio, but I think I'm going to have to come up with some kind of a substitute so that I can use this tomorrow.
I'm going on to fill desires long denied.
I guess what I could do is run another
I may be
cord.
found
Find a little bit of
back here someday again, but I'm going on to fill this emptiness inside.
cord down
Maybe
there.
we'll meet there on the street
Maybe this
where
is
the
a bad idea to be carrying
roads
this adventure on. So I think I'm gonna sign out, and you just
maybe
wish me well,
we'll
and
meet
know that I'll come
there
up
on
with
the
some solution.
streets where the
Okay, and here's part 2 of that.
roads end.
So here's part 2. Hey, Lloyd Baldwin here. Sorry, I didn't want to carry you along with me while I was trying to figure out how I was going to do everything. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm going out to the truck to get some little piece of rope. I'm figuring, oh, you know what? Bungee cords. I've got bungee cords in there. That's even better. Sorry. All right, so I think I figured out how I'm gonna fix this. So, all right. So no, you don't really need to know all that, but so what I figured. If I can find them. Oh, there they are. What I figured was that. I could take it from here and bring it over to that corner over here. Kind of go through part of the here's what's happening. I've got the rope, and see it was hooked on over there. So we need to
Comfortably relaxed in an easy chair.
rope here.
Sing myself my songs in the dew of dawn. But I'm refreshing. Keep walking on
It doesn't really
my
need to go.
lawn.
I think that should do it. So good night.
A dreamer, I'll die.
Hi there. So for the remainder of this
If I never
particular chapter, episode. But anyways, for the remainder of this chapter, I wanted to address a couple things. One of them is
do the things I want to do.
when do you stop? When do you stop recording? That's really seems like that's an easy question or an easy answer, but it isn't really as easy as you might
Someday
think.
we'll all be
Because
free.
it depends on what you're trying to do with this and whether you've got in your mind what you want it to be, or whether, in my case, for instance, and this is many times, I could never get that sound exactly the way I wanted it to be. I could never record it so that it was what I heard in my head. Sometimes it came really close. Sometimes I exceeded my expectations. I said, wow, how did I do that? Even now, I'll go back to some of my archival material that I did in the 90s. And I'm marveling at the fact that I only had 4 tracks and I got a beautiful sound. And I didn't do this thing where you bounce tracks back and forth, because every time, especially with a cassette, every time you did that, you added a certain level of wow and flutter, or you added a certain level of noise that you couldn't get out of there. It might have been slight, but I could hear it. And if I could hear it, I didn't want somebody else to be able to hear it. So I would never do that. I stayed, the same thing with this thing here, you know, I got 8 tracks. I have 8 tracks to work with. And once those 8 tracks are gone, that's it. Now, arguably, I put my drums on a stereo track. And sometimes you can hear the fact that, over there, but maybe you don't. But I like to do that because I love stereo. In fact, if you haven't been listening to Lord Baldwin stuff, especially his digital 2.0 stuff, if you haven't been listening to that with earbuds or with headphones, you might want to go back and listen to it again. Check it out and see what it encompasses. Anyways, neither here nor there. Where was I going with this? You know, here's the thing. You get a little bit older and you don't remember even what you're talking about 5 minutes after you're talking about it. Or you go off on a little rabbit hole over here, and then you wonder, where was I going with this? And am I making sense to that person? But I guess what I'm really trying to say is, don't be too hard on yourself. Be excellent with yourself. And do what you feel like you need to do. And if it's not perfect, well, in my case, for instance, I had a lot of songs that weren't perfect. But what I would do is, if I was writing this for somebody else, I was thinking, well, this is a pretty good representation of what I'm trying to say. And with somebody else's voice and with a band, a good band behind that, instead of just me, it could be something really special. It could be something really special. And that's what we're looking for, isn't it? Something special. And even though it doesn't fit within the mindset of where you think it should be, don't let that get behind you. Don't let that influence you or discourage you. The first recordings that I did back in 89, well, I did some recording in 85 too, but we're not going to talk about that. But in 89 and 90 and 91, and certainly in 92, I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I had all these songs and I wanted to get some of them recorded. And I just put all that energy into that, doing just that one thing. And were some of them not up to par? Yes, a lot of them were not up to par. Does it mean that I spent less energy on them? No, there's some songs that I spent so much energy, time, energy, only to come out with this product that, you know, I'm proud enough to put my name on it, but it's not something I feel is my best work. Some of my best work hasn't come out until after I went into it just digitally, and I had 8 tracks instead of 4. I guess the only thing, I'm running out of time here, so let me just say this. Don't kick yourself for not being as good as you'd like to be. A lot of other musicians that are really good songwriters, but they're not very good musicians. Let's say like Jim Morrison. Well, maybe you don't have any desire to actually learn how to play music instruments. You just really want to write songs and have other people do it. Well, for you to record something like that, you're going to have somebody that can play that music. And they can't always look inside your head and see exactly what you want. So it would be good for you to at least learn some basic chords, so that when you're writing your songs, you can sing them. And it might just be the chords, but then you can amplify that with other musicians. Maybe you can find a band that'll back you and your material, and you can record that. Any way you look at it, the main thing I want you to know is don't give up. And don't worry about the fact that you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Yes, we have some producers out there that are cranking out music that sounds very good. But I don't have that kind of material, and I'm guessing that you probably don't either. I don't have a compressor for voices, and I don't have an echo chamber, and I don't have a lot of good stuff to make my music more perfect. But then again, the stuff that I do, I can sit on a street corner with my guitar and I can sound just like that recording, because that is me. And I like that fact. But I digress. Listen, let's come back to this in a little while. I gotta wait. I'm being called away.